reach beyond the darkness, beyond the grave, to an unexplored dimension as we travel to the mysterious realm of ghosts. Journey with us into the world of ghost stories. Our next story takes us back to England, where for centuries pubs and inns have been a popular gathering place, and the locals flirted with young barmaids. Not far from here, legend has it, one such barmaid remains, suspended in time, pining for the very love that ultimately caused her death.
On a hill near Wickham, England, a young woman stood waiting expectantly. In the cool night near the Hellfire Caves, her patience prevailed. 2 centuries later, the young woman still lingers. Her tragic tale traces back to the 1700s, when the George and Dragon Inn was a favorite place for travelers to stop over on their way through the town. At this inn, a pretty young woman served in the pub. She was known to the locals simply as Suki.
She was very young, very attractive, very popular with the local lads.
A sophisticated young gentleman used to make regular visits to this inn. His eye caught the attractive young barmaid. It wasn't long before Suki had fallen head over heels for this charming stranger.
She imagined that she was going to be whisked away and by this young gentleman.
The local boys didn't like the fact that Suki was all starry-eyed about this stranger. It took her attention away from them. One day, Suki received a note out of the blue, saying that she must wait at the Hellfire Caves for her darling that same night. Suki was ecstatic. She believed that this was the beginning of a new life.
And he was going to marry her. She packed her things and wore a white dress and snuck up to the hill and waited for him. And the local lads then jumped out from behind a tree, and she realised that it was a joke, cruel joke that they'd played on her.
This letter, which was meant as a good-natured prank by the young locals, turned into disaster.
She'd picked up some stones and started throwing them at the lads, at which point they probably threw a few back, and one hit her on the head.
Suki was knocked out. In a frenzy, the young locals carried the unconscious girl back to her room at the George and Dragon Inn. It is here, in room number 6, where she died later that night.
And she has haunted the inn since then, and wearing white, and known as the White Lady.
Philip and his wife Cass ignored the strange happenings around the inn, until one day when their son James, then only 4 years old, told his mom about a new guest.
Mom, there's a ghost up in my room. And she goes, oh, don't be stupid, there's no such thing as ghosts.
James made a sketch of his visitor. Something about this drawing made his parents ponder the strange possibilities. His drawing is that of a woman. On the side of her head, he had drawn a prominent band-aid, the exact place where the stone had hit Suki in the head. James casually accepts the regular visits from the Lady in White.
She usually comes to see me at night, and she lives up in the attic, and sometimes when my friends come around, she hides from them.
She's really been not a scary ghost, but a mischievous ghost. A lot of household items go missing. We've had guests that have encountered her.
Well, she likes this place. She likes the attic especially, that's why she lives up there.
James' encounters with this mysterious lady don't frighten him. As a matter of fact, James has found a comforting companion in her. But there is another side to this unusual story. A terrifying history lies behind the Hell's Fire Caves, where Suki was supposed to meet her Prince Charming. At the time, a group from high society used these caves as a place of worship. Here, concealed to the outer world, they could pray to Satan in secret. This group was known as the Hell's Fire Club. Long, eerie corridors lead to secret little corners where the club members carried out satanic rituals at night. Inside the caves, carvings of evil faces line the walls, drawn 2 centuries ago by these Satanists.
Nobody knew who the members of the club were. In fact, they could have even been regular visitors at the inn.
A bizarre twist to this strange love story is that one of the Hell's Fire Club's members was a regular at the George and Dragon Inn. He was none other than the charming stranger who had swept Suki off her feet.
We'll never know why Suki cannot find peace. Surely her presence isn't disturbing or frightening to anyone. Perhaps she just can't leave the one place she had found hope and a glimpse at happiness.
They say that you can't take it with you.
George met his untimely demise up here in room 7.
Even death couldn't separate him from his earthly possessions